Can you hear me? That should be better. I'll amp the gain on the mic. I was afraid of it drowning out the music in the game. So it is really weird to listen to the redone music. It just doesn't sound right. Is my voice better now? It should be.
Jones, how are you gonna find that statue and all this junk?
I know you're supposed to look at that one. There's a lot of interesting stuff you can look in here. There's nothing.
Marcus still thinks this chest belonged to Columbus. It's a copy of an Egyptian statue of Horus. It's a stone carving of Shiva. Marcus. He thought this was a Maasai warrior.
I think he's talking shit about Marcus because he's not here. He's like, I'm gonna talk to myself for one, and Marcus. Oh, sad, naive Marcus.
Some kind of funeral urn. It's a medieval gargoyle, or a good imitation.
he didn't care. Actually, Vincent brings up a good point. Marcus was an idiot in this game, which is unfortunate. He's just, why is this happening? Okay. So I was reading about redoing the music for this, but I guess for this game in particular, even if they did better music, you can't just sample it into the game because they use something called iMuse, which dynamically changes the music in the game, and it's cool and very unfortunate. I'm gonna resize this.
Marcus thought Potlatch Indians carved this. Looks like a movie prop to me.
The Marcus. It's weird. There's during the game you take a second trip back to Barnet College, and I shouldn't talk over Indy. That's really rude of me. Oh, we'll look at this.
It's from the Shamet collection. Very sharp.
He's talking shit about Marcus, but he literally pulled something onto his head. That Marcus. I'm just gonna have a bunch of boxes of who knows what land on top of my head. That poor man. No, they didn't. He probably got a lot of ribbing, I think. It's like it's
It's an old
weird.
lecture hall desk.
Oh gosh. Man, he can't climb this.
I've done enough climbing
Yeah,
today.
he won't. Not until it becomes more convenient. There's like an exit over here, but I think he says something if you try to go. He's like,
The stairway is closed for repairs.
no, their second trip back to Barnet College, when you get the dialogue Play-Doh, there's like 3 or 4 different ways to get it, and it's like randomized each
These books
playthrough.
don't
So
look
it's really
familiar.
unfortunate because
Uh-oh.
Barnet College becomes a lot longer bit. Yeah. Yeah, because they went from like they had 3 keyframes for that. Actually, they probably had 2. They probably had him bending over, and they just had the thing like on the ground. You just have to imagine that he fell.
Better get that roof checked.
Let's look at all. Is there anything else to look at? I think you can. Yeah, you look at the book. So this is one of
Book
the.
ready to fall.
This is one of the dialogues of Plato. That you could possibly like hope
Possibly
the
an
game.
ancient Mesopotamian cat god.
Oh, is it? It's always like a random one. Yeah. Yeah. Watch Indy's hat disappear right there. Yeah, Doug Lee is Indiana Jones. And if you look at some of these other voices, Danny Dilk, Nick Jameson, all these people were in Dark Forces, and just a slew of other LucasArts games. I think he played like the Stormtrooper in like Dark Forces too. I don't know. It's been.
It's hot.
And this one is also always the last one.
I'll be. Here's what I've been searching for. I'm not leaving without that statue.
Oh, come on, Indy. Just.
I'm not leaving with. I'm not leaving without that statue. Strange-looking thing. I wonder where Marcus picked it up.
Yeah, iMuse. So this is replaying this. I thought it really funny because you hear him enter
I'm back.
the thing, and then like
Indy?
the credits scroll,
You don't look
and then he
it
goes
on
through it
that.
because he's stood out in the hallway for like a good like.
Exploring our
40
collections
seconds.
can be dangerous, Mr. What was your name again?
Smith. Tell me, did you find a lock to match my key?
You bet I did. Take a look.
What are you waiting for? Let's open
It's
it.
Indiana Jones, and they had to
Why not?
reuse
It's an
the,
obvious fake.
probably had to
You
reuse
may
the
think
swingy
so.
animation, I guess.
I believe we are opening a new chapter in history.
My word, Indy, a small metal bead. Jewelry, perhaps? I still think it's a fake.
Then you won't mind if I take it.
Really,
It's all
Mr.
coming
Smith?
back.
Stand back, gentlemen.
I hope you've got a getaway car waiting. You'll need
It's
one.
a really evil thing to do is whip your hair.
For East Plates.
East Fritz, that's how you know he's German.
He got away.
And really?
But we got his coat, Marcus. Hey, what's this? Klaus Kerner, huh?
Good Lord, Indy, the man's some sort of agent from the Third Reich.
Because he's
What does the
Dusseldorf.
spy want?
I didn't read the rest.
Statue?
I lied, Marcus. I don't think it's a phony. I can't place the style, but it's old.
Look what else our friend was carrying. An old copy of National Archaeology. And there you are in Iceland.
Yeah, field supervisor for the Jastro expedition. My first real job.
Who's the woman?
Yeah.
Sophia Hapgood. She was my assistant, a spoiled rich kid from Boston, rebelling against her family.
Where is she now?
She gave up archaeology to become a psychic. How odd. You can say that again.
Indy, Kerner found you. What if he finds her? We should warn the woman.
You're right.
That
I
was
want to
the
know more
quickest
about
change.
that statue.
Movie history. Although he only really had to take off
You
his
know,
hat, I
Marcus,
suppose.
the coldest year of my
Put on a
life
tie.
was the one I spent in Iceland with Sophia.
It's a game devoid of the really weird, the creepy like rape subtext of like raiders. Oh, look, I'm in control again.
Hello there.
The show sold out, sir.
Yeah.
But
No seats, no standing room, no exception.
it's today's paper.
Well, I better pick that up. Yeah, I don't really.
I can't make
know
a
these
call. I'm out of
documents.
nickels.
It does come in handy when it's like a timed thing you have to do. Now, if I recall correctly, this is the not the defining point for which path you take, but I do know that it influences how Sophia poises it, because they didn't want it to, because they knew that some players would never find some of this stuff. So she will later say, like when she's in her office, like we should stick together, or you should do this or whatever, depending I think on which route you take here. And I want to do teams. 'Cause teams are a
It's
little bit more
unlocked.
fun.
What do you want, pal? This ain't no ticket office.
Vincent points out that he changed. He wasn't wearing a tie and a jacket.
Oh wait, shove the boxes. It's like all you have to do is push the boxes. There's no real like puzzle involved. Just push boxes.
What are you talking about?
It's in the back here. You push boxes and climb up fire escape. Yeah.
I'm here to enjoy Madam's outrageous orations.
This ain't that kind of show.
Oh, of course not. Madame Sophia is a serious thinker.
Don't kid around, pal. You're talking about my idol.
No kidding. I think she's the greatest.
Me too. There's something about her.
Yeah, she's very smart.
Smart,
Yeah.
I'll say. You know what I really like? It's the way she...
The way she makes things easy to understand.
That's it. All that smart stuff seems so easy when
I
I'm
think
listening
that
to
you
her.
need somebody to
Say,
have
you're
deep
okay
voice
for a college
to say
boy.
these things.
Come on in.
It doesn't matter what I say to this guy.
Excuse me.
Aha! You must be the new doorman. About time they got rid of Biff. He was such a pushover.
I want a reading with Miss Hapgood.
Are you crazy? During the show? Write her a letter.
Excuse me.
Take it easy and watch the show.
Here, my friends, is Atlantis, as it might have appeared in its heyday. Glorious, prosperous, socially and technically advanced. Beyond our wildest dreams. 5,000 years ago, while everyone else still wore animal skins, the mighty spirits of Atlantis dared to
basically the same
build a
thing.
city where knowledge and
Basically.
power were united in true happiness. Centuries later, the famous philosopher Plato wrote about it. He placed Atlantis on a continent out in the deep ocean and described how it was divided into 3 circular parts, such as you see here.